Hello everyone, welcome to Spark Study. In the last video, we have studied all about signal flow graph. What is signal flow graph? What are the components and what are the notations used in signal flow graph? And how to solve the step-by-step procedure for a signal flow graph we have studied, and we also solved one problem. And I have given a homework to study the problem like the screen showing. It is a signal flow graph, and it have some H1 and H2 return path, that is called feedback loop. Both are negative feedback, and except these two, all are forward path. So how to solve this kind of problem? It is a little bit tricky problem. Not tricky. You can also solve this problem. So first, when you see the signal flow graph, first you do one thing. You just rename the nodes. Okay. Likewise, so what the let us number the nodes as shown. So the signal flow graph can be numbered in this way. So I started from here. The node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So you can take with your notation also. So from this figure, it is very much clear that node 1 having no incoming branches or no incoming signal, and similarly node 6 has no outgoing signal. That is why node 1 is called outgoing node or starting node, that is represented by R of S, and node 6 is called incoming node or the end node or sink node, that is represented by C of S. Okay, this is the first step, and you can see from node 1 to node 2 the transmittance is 1. That means if you do not use node 1, it won't be affect to the output. Directly signal can go from here, because just 1 is multiplied. Whatever you give in RFS, that is multiplied by 1 and given to node 2. So multiplying 1 or not multiplying 1 do not take a vital role. So node 1 and node 2 can be make a single node. Similarly, node 5 and node 6 can also be made a single node. But in the problem they have given different nodes, so we will go with different node, right? So next step should be find the forward path. I told you to solve the signal flow graph, we need to find out the components which actually used in the Mason gain formula. Okay, what the gain formula says? The transfer function T of S is equal to 1 by delta summation starting from k, pk and del k. Okay, so here p is the forward path. So by seeing this diagram, you will confuse how many forward paths possible. So it actually, if you see, start from here, go in this way, then go to 3, then go to 4, then 5, then 6. Forward path means how do we reach from starting node to ending node. So this is one way, starting from here, and this route can create a forward path. So which is represented by like this: node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which create forward path 1, that is P1. And what is the path gain? So if you multiply all those transmittance, the forward path the gain of forward path P1 will become G2, G4, G6 into 1 and 1. Okay. Similarly, if you see another path can be, okay, another path can be down path na, 1 to 2, 2 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 5, 5 to 6. You just see the notation of the arrow. Okay. By seeing the arrow, then you can do this path. Right. So this will be another path. And similarly, the path gain will be the multiplication of all the transmittance, which is nothing but P2 is equal to G3, G5 and G7. Okay. So by seeing this, you can find another path also like this. From 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 instead of going 4, go 3 to 8, 8 to 5 and 5 to 6. Okay, I have not traversed any node twice. The forward path says the shortest path from starting node to ending node, but no node should be traversed twice. But if you go from here to here, here to here, here to here, then here, you reach from starting to from source to destination, but no forward path, no node actually traversed twice. So this can be also a forward path like this. Here node 4 and node 7 has not been traversed. Okay, so what is the forward path gain? So it is the multiplication of all the transmittance, which is nothing but P3 is equal to G1, G2 and G7. Clear? Similarly, the mirror image. So we have total six number of forward path. Okay, so how many pk possible? 6 pk possible: p1, p2, p3, p4, p5, p6. And how many del k? As k is equal to 6, del k also 6 times. So del 1, del 2, del 3, del 4, del 5, del 6. But del remain only 1. Okay, so let us find the remaining three forward path. So we can start from here, go to here, then come here to node 7, then go to node 4, then come back to node 5 and node 6, which is nothing but like this. Okay, you can say the arrow na, arrow is from source to destination, no reverse direction. Here node 3 and node 8 has not been traversed. Okay, so this is another way of representing another path, which is equal to the path gain is equal to the transmittance of the all series path. So P4 is equal to G3, G6 and G8. Okay, if you see perfectly, if you watch carefully, two more paths exist. Can you actually find out? Just pause the video for some time. Okay, just wait some time and try to find out whether any path possible. Obviously two more paths possible, as I said before earlier. Just think. Did you get? Okay, so if you travel from node 1 to node 2, then you go to node 3. Okay, then you come to node 8, then you go to node 7, then you go to node 4, then you go to 5, then to 6. Okay, how it look? It look like this. Oh, I just repeat the other one. So this is another one and this is another one. Okay, so this way na, 1 to 2, 2 to 7, 7 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 8, 8 to 5 and 5 to 6. What is the transmittance? The transmittance is P5. Here minus symbol came as because we have inserted a negative feedback element. So H2, that is minus H2. Here minus H1. So the forward path gain or path gain of these two paths will be negative. So P5 is equal to minus G1, G3, G7, G8, H1. Similarly, for G6 and P6, it will be minus G1, G2, G6, G8 and H2. So we have found all the 6 forward paths. Now what my next step is, I need to find the individual loop. What is a loop? Loop is this circular kind of thing. That means you should start from one node and reach to same node by traveling some other node. Okay, let me start from node 3, then I go to node 4, then I can come to node 3 by this one. Yes or no? So this is a node. Similarly, if you go to 7 to 8, then come back to H2. This is another node also. Yes or no? So can you find some more node? Yes, I am finding one node. Let me, instead of going to some other place, let me start from node 8. Okay, node 8. I will highlight it so you will get understand better. Okay, so I'll start from node 8, then I'll go to node 7, then I'll go to then I go to node 4, then I'll go to node 3, then I'll go to node 8. See, is there any node travels twice? No, this is not an intersection, it is different line. Okay, so this is also a loop. So in this case I have found 3 loop. Could you able to find another loop? Just check it out. Definitely no. Okay, so these are the 3 different loop, and loop 1, loop 2, loop 3. What will be the loop gain? You can see loop gain of loop 1 P111 P11 here. This will be minus G2H4. Okay, for loop gain for this one will be minus G4H1. Loop gain for this one will be minus H2G5, and loop gain for this one will be minus minus plus. So G1 G8 H1 H2. Okay, G1 G8 H1 and H2. So I have found the 3 different loop. Then what we need to find? I need to find, is there any loop which actually non-touching to each other? I mean 2 non-touching loop. Obviously yes. If you see this loop and this loop, they are not touching. Okay, if these 2 loops are not touching, that's why it's called non-touching loop. Because how to know it's non-touching loop? Because you can see this loop and this loop, the node numbers, there is no common nodes. Node 3, node 4, node 7 and node 8. Is there any common node? So there is no common node. So you can say these 2 loop are non-touching loop. So what is the gain product of 2 non-touching loop? So you just multiply all the gains including the feedback. That will be P12 is equal to P11 plus P11 into P21, which is nothing but minus G1 minus G4H1 into minus G5H2, which is equal to G5 G4 G5 H1 and H2. Okay, so I have found this non-touching loop. Then what next? Next I need to check which loop is non-touching to my forward path. Okay, so I have to check the loops for all the 6 forward path. Here I have a forward path number 1. For this loop is non-touching. Yes or no? So I can, and for this forward path, this loop is non-touching. But third loop, this loop, this 8 kind of structure loop, this is actually touching to all forward path. So I can find these 2 are non-touching loop. So for calculating del k, I can find del 1 and del 2, but from del 3 to del 6 I'll get 1, because all loops are touching to the forward path. So here you can see, if I go for this forward path, this top loop is touching and this bottom loop is touching, and this middle 8 kind of loop, that is also touching. So there is no non-touching loop for forward path 3. Similarly, for forward path 4, forward path 5 and forward path 6, there is no non-touching loop, right? So calculation of del and del k. How to calculate del? Del is equal to 1 minus gain product, sum of gain product of all individual loop, plus sum of gain product of all 2 non-touching loop, minus sum of gain product of all 3 non-touching loop, and this minus plus actually repeated 1 by 1. So here I have found 1 is common, then all the loops gain will be added together, which is nothing but minus G4H1 minus G5H2 plus G1 G8 H1 H2, and this P12 is nothing but the gain product of 2 non-touching loop. Okay, which one we have seen here? This one, P12, gain product of 2 non-touching loop. These 2 loops are non-touching, so this is the gain product. Okay, so what is the value? It will be 1 plus G4H1 G5H2 minus G1, G8, H1, H2 plus G4, G5, H1 and H2. Okay. Then the part of the graph non-touching to forward path 1. I have told you this is possible and this is possible only. But remaining forward path is not possible. So we can find del 1 is equal to 1 minus this value. What is 1 minus this value means? 1 minus forward path 1 minus loop which is non-touching to forward path 1. 1 minus this loop gain which is minus H2 G5. This is not touching to forward path 1. So the total value will be 1 plus G5 H2. Similarly, the part of the graph non-touching to forward path 2 is this loop 2, which is nothing but del 2 is equal to 1 minus of H1 G4, which is actually 1 plus G4 H1, right? But if you go for finding the delta 3, delta 4, delta 5, delta 6, you will come with answer as 1, as because remaining 4 forward path starting from path 3 to path 6, they actually touches all the loops. That is why 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, this becomes 1. Clear? So in this way I have found delta and delta k. And now the last thing will be the find the transfer function. The formula says 1 by delta into summation k pk del k. So here 1 by delta as it is. Summation means pk del k. So p1, if k is equal to, in my case k is equal to 6. So I can this can be expanded like p1 del 1 plus p2 del 2 plus p3 del 3 plus p4 del 4 plus p5 del 5 plus p6 del 6, and this total will be multiplied with 1 by delta, which is represented here, and this value becomes, if you solve this, you will get this result. Okay, so this is all about the signal flow graph, and if you have any doubt, just comment and I will try to answer your doubt. Okay, or if you have any doubt also, you can rewatch the video at a particular time, then you can, I am sure that you will understand how to solve the signal flow graph. Okay, let take a homework. This is the signal flow graph, and you can see I have here starting from node 1 to node 2, the transmittance is G. Instead of 1, I have given a transmittance here, and here you can see the ending node is a mixed node. Okay, so from this ending node we have both incoming and outgoing branch. So watch this graph carefully, find the forward path, find the individual loop, find non-touching loops, and try to solve this problem. Find, actually you need to find the transfer function, which is nothing but the Laplace transform of the output to the Laplace transform to the input, that is C of S by R of S, which is equal to T of S.